legends of our sisterhood. They are the stories, the people, the inspiration, the memories, the passion that has moved us throughout our history to the organization that is Delta 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 today. Sarah Ida Shaw wanted an organization that was different, one that was unique, one that was kind alike to all and looked more towards a girl's inner self and character than to her outward appearance. For over 100 years, women from all walks of life have joined in her vision, adding their own meanings, their own memories, their own stories. As we reflect on 125 years of sisterhood, take a look at the many women, personalities, and sisters who came before us and paved the way for Tri Delta today, for these are the legends of our sisterhood. And as you go forth in your lifetime membership, continue to create memories, to share stories, and to cultivate passion for the vision of our founders so that 125 years from now, sisters from all walks of life may once again come together and celebrate those who came before them. Celebrate us and take pride in the legends of our sisterhood.
Things that we like to do in Tri Delta is meet with our officers face to face and give them some training that they can take back to their chapters so that they can be better at their jobs, hopefully strengthen their chapters, and also have an experience of understanding that Tri Delta is a lot bigger than their chapter. The center staff approached the board this particular cycle and said, what we really want to do is take a break from the regional structure and we want to bring everybody together in one big leadership conference. At the large conference, you really get a sense of how big Tri Delta is and how different it is. Small chapter presidents, large chapter presidents really get a chance to mingle, compare experiences, find out what's similar, but also understand that you can be slightly different, throughout the Tri Delta structure.
The sorority itself may have many years to its credit, but the individual chapter renews itself annually, is eternally young.
Over the last biennium, Tri Delta has recruited 11,574 new members, bringing our grand total to 17,400 collegiate chapter members. That's huge growth, and we are so excited to welcome all of our new Tri Delta members. Tri Delta field consultants go in and we make sure that the mechanics of the chapter are happening. So, every officer is doing what they should be, but on a grander scale, we're there to make sure that their sisterhood is strong, to make sure that they understand why these mechanics are in place. So, why do you have to check in with this person? Why do you have to hold these certain events? It's because these events and these check-ins are relating to the overall purpose of Tri Delta and the overall sisterhood of Tri Delta. So I honestly think it's on a grander scale that we get to check in and just really truly meet these women and talk with them and help them understand all that they can be through Tri Delta.
The vision and the longing have both been realized. Many, many wearers of the stars and crescent have sent me written testimony of the sweetness and the brightness that have come into their lives because of their membership in Delta Delta Delta.
Well, Volunteer Symposium happens every 2 years, and so in this biennium, we just finished it up last September, and it's an opportunity for all the volunteers, fraternity, collegiate, and alumni volunteers to come together, to collaborate, to learn about their jobs, to make connections and network with each other, and to have a good time, and we always do. We had a great opportunity to have an Ask the Experts panel, where all the volunteers could bring their very specific questions to the panel and get those answered so that they could take that information back to their chapters and to inspire their chapters to be better than they are already. I think the only thing that's really important to remember is how important our volunteers are to us. We can't do what we do every day without our volunteers. I think it's really important to remember them and to appreciate them for all the things that they do every day.
To me, an ideal is not of much value unless it gives one strength in time of crisis, unless it rings as true in old age as it does in youth.
You know, it's really exciting that over the past biennium, alumni have really started connecting with St. Jude and really taking the St. Jude mission to heart and wanting to be involved through Tri Delta. We had more than 1,600 walkers come out to our St. Jude Give Thanks Walk this year. There was about 104 teams and they raised more than $100,000. We were really excited that this was an opportunity for alumni to not only reconnect with Tri Delta, but to get involved and help Tri Delta meet their commitment of that 15 and 5. So we're really excited about what the St. Jude Give Thanks Walk has in store for it in the future with the participation of Tri Delta's alumni members. We kind of capped off the last 2 years with celebrating the 10 million and 10 years commitment completion. They wrapped that up, and when we made that announcement, thought that it was going to take the full 10 years to complete it. And you know, just in true Tri Delta fashion, they did it at 6 years ahead of schedule and only 4. So that was really exciting. And actually, a couple of weeks later, after the convention in 2010, we announced the new commitment of 15 million in 5 years to name the specialty clinic at the hospital. They always want to do more. They always want to continue to go above and beyond. So I really think that those things of friendship and purpose are what really stands out to me about Tri Delta and St. Jude.
The Panhellenic community, to me, provides an opportunity for women to experience what things they need to be successful in their lives. And we have that in Tri Delta, but Panhellenic is just even more so. I kind of see it as an opportunity to be prepared to be a global citizen, because you get out of your own comfort zone, out of your own individual organization, and get to work with others. What I've found in Tri Delta, and certainly in Panhellenic, is that there are outstanding women all around you. And not all of us have the same talents or abilities, but when we come together, we can maximize all the resources that each one of us brings. I feel like everything I learned from Tri Delta. Amy Olgan Parmalee was our first representative, and she served in 1905, and then Ernestine Block Grigsby was chairman in 1959 through 61. So 50 years later, here I am. So I figured that the next Tri Delta to get to have this opportunity will be in 2061. So I probably won't be here.
That it is my special hope and my special prayer that Delta, Delta, Delta may stand through its members for all that is best in life, for all that is worth the living.
Reflections is a body image program that, in a time where nobody wanted to have the conversation about everybody feeling fat and women feeling this way and girls feeling this way and being told to look like this, and the magazine saying drop 10 pounds in 2 days, and nobody wanted to have that conversation because everybody was on edge, because they're like, I feel that way, and because everything that the media says and everything that people assume that you need to look like, people fed into. And we took this on and we had this conversation as National Tri Delta, and we said, no more. This is affecting more than just sorority women, it's women everywhere. So this is we address the thin ideal, we address the things that hurt women, and internally and externally. The things that they're doing to their bodies is just so wrong. And it's because of what we're feeding into, and it's just that thin ideal that's just so unhealthy. Collegians can get trained here over the summer with the Center for Living, Learning, and Leading, and what they do is they learn how to implement this program in their chapters, and they take this back to their chapters, and they split up into peer groups, and it's led by all their peers. So it's that mutual respect and that bond that says, well, you know, whatever's in this circle, we're going to keep here, but we're also going to never address it again because it's going to be done. No more fat talk. But then we also have the Fat Talk Free initiative, where that's that whole week where we address the thin ideal and the harmful effects that it can have on the body, and we bring it out to the world. We make it a bigger campaign than just sorority women and women in general. It's everyone. Everyone needs to be in tune with it. It's been gaining this momentum. I mean, with Marie Claire, with Time Magazine and Huffington Post, I mean, we're getting all of this great energy because it's not something that's just a come and go sort of thing. We're going to address this until it's done, until women don't have to think about it anymore. And Tri Delta is doing that, and I think it's incredible.
So in 2010 was when we launched the brand new Power of Purpose New Member Education Program, and we were so excited to roll out this brand new experience. We brought all of the new member educators into convention and trained them on the program.
So Power of Purpose is really the framework for the educational initiatives that Tri-Delta provides to our chapters. We've spent the last few years developing resources for our collegiate women, and it started with our new member program, providing our new members to the fraternity with all of the information and background, the values, and the history on Tri-Delta.
The best part about the new program is it provides the why. It's not just here's information that you need to know. It helps educate them about why they would want to know it, but it provides activities to help them be really interactive and understanding and kind of having that buy-in into a sisterhood that they've just joined.
So the center has a website that is dedicated solely to the educational initiatives and some of the programming initiatives for both our collegiate and alumni members. But really it's a place where our members can go to get resources, information, connect with one another. I think it's given us an opportunity to take the resources and educational initiatives and just broaden our reach past individual chapters, and it's really allowed our members to kind of find a place of community.
So the Center of Living, Learning, and Leading launched Evergreen, which is a trip to Costa Rica where we were able to explore and learn about leadership and personal development. But the cool thing is 10 collegiate women were selected from around the nation. None of us had ever met each other, so it was a really cool way to get to know other Tri-Delts while learning about ourselves and being able to grow in an environment which was foreign to all of us. And we were just really focused on us as a group, not just on us individually, which I think was the difference from the beginning to the end and why we came out successful in the end.
To make the world a brighter, happier, holier place, to keep the faith, to know that faithful hearts will ever cherish ancient landmarks, to rest perhaps and dream.
Tri-Delta believes that housing is an important part of fraternity life. We feel that in order to support the fraternity's mission, it's up to us then to provide the resources to support, manage, and grow fraternity housing. Tri-Delta's National House Corporation has 3 key programs. One is our basic NHC program, where we own 12 chapter houses. Beyond that, there's also been a need for us to really work with our groups that have a different kind of housing that's really expanded over the last few years. And so that's our asset management program, where we don't necessarily own the structure, but we do own the contents inside. So every 3 years, the chapter is being reevaluated, and we're able to go in and see, okay, well, this year they need new curtains, or this year, that couch didn't hold up well, maybe we need to get a new one. Then beyond that, we have Park Street Properties, which was a company that was created in 2005. This last year, we've edited our bylaws to allow a non-member to serve on the board. That means we can open it up to our housing professionals in the field and people who work in higher ed and really capitalize on other professionals who have lots of different experiences. And we've been really blessed to have Jerry Brewer serve on our board, and it's been really valuable to have his input this year. National House Corporation Board has just implemented our new strategic plan, and we're excited to get going on exploring what our new business model is going to be. We're very excited to be able to spend $2.4 million this summer in different chapter house renovations. Last summer, we were fortunate enough to be able to spend over $400,000 doing the same. Last year, we brought 4 students with us on our congressional visits. We had 4 students and 4 staff members and volunteers as well. Tri-Delta was one of the largest groups there, and we were really happy to be a part of the NIC as well as NPC in those efforts.
I want Tri-Delta to reach out and lay her loving, helpful hands on all those who have ever been a member of her family.
The Tri-Delta Foundation is what we call Delta Love in action.
because it's sisters helping sisters. 2 years ago, we completed our strategic plan, and that has been a big part of the work that we have done over the last 2 years, trying to assure that everything that we do, all the plans that we make for the future, all the plans we make just for each year will comply with that strategic plan. The foundation strives to further Tri Delta's purpose by assisting our members with scholarships, assisting the women that are having dire financial situations, and then with fraternity grants for educational and leadership opportunities. Over this past biennium, we assisted alumni in financial crisis with more than $186,000 in Crescent Fund grants. And we assisted 27 collegians with more than $64,000 in grants. And for these women, these were lifelines. It changed their lives. As far as scholarships are concerned, we gave $140,000 to graduate and undergraduate recipients over this biennium. And we gave $193,000 in a grant to the fraternity for Regional Leadership Conference, Volunteer Symposium, and also to fund the educational rooms in Executive Office.
To those of you who have passed the mystic veil and are working in spheres of widening influence, to those of you who are now carrying on in the magnificent world of Delta, 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 it is my precious privilege to give you the charge that you are to pass on the torch undimmed. For me, it is hail and farewell.